lesson from the textbook.
Okay.
If you take a look at my screen, you can see I'm at Google Classroom.
Okay,
and this is our classroom. Under homework, reading mock test 15. And then you see MT15 paper 1 SE. And you click on one of them. And then go to page 11.
Should rather Dr. Wu.
Yes, Jack.
Water come in.
What?
Water.
Walter?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going
You need to come in.
Unlock. Thanks for telling me, Jack. Let's see how I can unlock this. Okay. Thank you, Walter. Are you there? Is that you, Walter? Okay. Well, we've got 23 people in here now. I'm going to lock the meeting. I hope one of you is Walter. Thank you, Kathy, for letting me know. Walter, I hope you're here. 3 people came in. Okay. So here's the deal. This is what I had in mind. We're going to go through this text that is on page 11. We're going to go through this text today, and we're going to focus on referencing. That is, what do the pronouns mean? Then tomorrow, I think I'm going to give you a reading quiz. We're going to do a reading quiz for the first time online during our lesson. We'll see what happens. And then on Friday, we're going to have our first online dictation. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it will work well or it will work poorly, but it will be interesting. Now, question. Have you had online dictation for any other subjects? Nope. Okay.
Have other come in.
So this is what we're going to do.
Keep open.
Say that again, Jack.
You need to keep open. Have other come in. Other people come. Other students come.
Okay. All right. I'm going to open it. Thank you for letting me know. So, boys and girls, please be punctual. Please be punctual. Locking and unlocking the classroom, it's is distracting. At the same time, we don't want a Zoom bombing. Do you remember our Zoom bombing? That was interesting, but also sad. Like really sad people Zoom bomb. Do you remember the darkness? That young man was angry and alone. And that's sad. I don't know how we can help people who are in dark places, but at present they are distracting. Okay, so please be punctual. Locking and unlocking classrooms are necessary right now. And there are a lot of people who want to hurt other people. And that sucks. I hope somehow we can help them. God willing. Anyway, here we are. Thanks. There are 26 people in this classroom. And I don't think we've ever had this many people. Thank God. All right, so we're going to go through this reading passage. I'm going to go through it very systematically. And then the following day, tomorrow, we're going to go through text 3. I'm going to quiz you. And then on Friday, we'll have our first online dictation, and we'll go through the mock test for vocabulary. All right, here we go. The World Championship of Cosplay, and you may want to repeat after me. Championship and cosplay. So championship cosplay, the World Championship of Cosplay. Okay. And today's learning target, I understand pronouns. What pronouns refer to. Okay. Ready. Fans of Japanese youth culture are probably already familiar with cosplay. In this artistic pastime, people wear costumes and accessories to look like their favorite characters from fictional stories and often engage in role play. Question 1. What is this artistic pastime? You may want to type it in the chat. What is this artistic pastime? This artistic pastime. Yes, Carmen. Perfect. So, this artistic pastime refers to cosplay. In cosplay, people wear costumes and accessories to look like their favorite characters from fictional stories. Question 2. Who is there in line 4? Who is there in line 4? Who is there in, or what does there refer to? What does there refer to in line 4? You're close. You're close, Benson. Fans of Japanese youth. Okay. Kosser. Okay. Be very technical. just look at the text and copy the text. So, for example, the people who like cosplay. Okay. So, let's take a look at there. And we need people. So I think technically, just based on the sentence, people wear costumes and accessories to look like these people's favorite characters. Okay? So people, or there, refers to peoples. Do you see that? That people begins the sentence, and then we refer to these people's favorite characters. So we need to be very precise. Just focus on what's in the sentence, and then, if necessary, what's in the previous sentence. Let's keep going. Perhaps less well known, though, is the World Cosplay Summit, held annually in Nagoya, Japan. This week-long event brings together cosplayers from around the world in celebration of their art form. Question 3. What is perhaps less well known? First things first, take a look at the sentence, and then, if necessary, take a look at the previous sentence, and then, if necessary, take a look at the other previous sentences. Okay, good, Carmen. So, perhaps less well known equals the World Cosplay Summit. Yes, Carmen, thank you. Just one. Okay. Now, here's something interesting. Less. Less. Less is a comparison word. So question number 4. What is perhaps more well known than the World Cosplay Summit? Okay, the World Cosplay Summit is perhaps less well known than what, in other words? The author wrote this. Why? In other words, the World Cosplay Summit is perhaps less well known than what? Let's just look on my phone. Okay, here we are. World Championship of Cosplay. Okay, Moon, it's a good try. Now, let's go through our routine. When you're looking at pronouns and referencing, look for the answer within the sentence. If not, in the previous sentence. If not, in the previous sentences. So, less well known, the comparison is being made with something else in the first paragraph. So the World Cosplay Summit is less well known than what? Than something in the first paragraph. Let's make it red. That's better. Anyone? Okay. Let's. Yes, Mancy. Yes. Excellent, Mancy. Okay, here we go. So, what's less well known? The World Cosplay Summit. What is more well known? Cosplay. Okay. Do you see already familiar with? That's another way of saying well known. I'll say it again. The phrase already familiar with, well known. Already familiar with, well known. So the World Cosplay Summit is perhaps less well known than cosplay, or cosplay is perhaps more well known than the World Cosplay Summit. Great. Okay. Question 5. What does this week-long event refer to? What does this week-long event refer to? Nice try. Yes. Okay. Feng Tin Ching. Is that you, Tommy? Is that Timmy? Timmy. Okay. Great, Timmy. Great, Benson. The World Cosplay Summit equals this week long event. Okay. So this week long event is the World Cosplay Summit. Next. Question 6. What does there refer to in line 10? Held annually in Nagoya, Japan, this week-long event brings together cosplayers from around the world in celebration of their art form. You're close, Timmy. You've got to check your punctuation. You're very close. You're missing a punctuation mark, Timmy. It's something like that, but it's incorrect. What you've said. You're missing a punctuation mark. There is possessive. It owns something. So what do you have to do to show a reader that someone owns something? This is writing now. You have to show someone that someone owns something. Ready? You can repeat after me, cosplayers. Cosplayers is not cosplayers. They're different. Cosplayers is not cosplayers, is not cosplayers. They're all different. They all have different meaning. And we have to be very precise and specific. Okay. So this will help me to make the quiz tomorrow. It's cosplayers, apostrophe. This equals apostrophe. You can repeat after me, apostrophe. And we use apostrophe to show the reader ownership. They own something. There we go. Let's go to question 7. What does the summit in line 10 refer to? Yes, Mancy. Good. Benson, your answer is incomplete. The summit. Okay. So, the summit, the World Cosplay Summit equals the World Cosplay. So to make it short form, we just use the summit. In this case, the means this. We already talked about it. Ready? Here we go. Here's a similar question. Paragraph 3. In the championship, teams of 2 take turns on stage to represent their respective countries. Oh boy. Question 8. What does the championship refer to? No, Benson. We've moved on. Next. Next. You're close, Benson, but you have to be more specific. In the championship. Yes, Mancy. Yes, Moon. Yes, Timmy. Good. It refers to the World Championship of Cosplay. It's the exact same type of question that we just saw before. The World Championship of Cosplay equals the World Championship of Cosplay. This championship, the World Championship of Cosplay. Okay, so now we're going to go to question 9, which is a lot like question 6. In the championship, teams of 2 take turns on stage to represent their respective countries. What does their refer to? There in line 13. Okay, Pensy. You're almost there. You're almost there. Oh my gosh. Good. Excellent. Perfect. Nancy. Perfect. Perfect pencil. Okay, so number 9, what does there in line 13 refer to? Okay. So it actually refers to these teams. Okay. So in the championship, teams of 2 take turns on stage to represent the team's respective countries. Teams apostrophe. More than one, they own the respective countries. Great. Nice job. Question 10. What does they refer to? Negative, Timmy. Nope. You're close. Well, you're close. Yes, Carmen. Here we go. We're still talking about the teams. We're still talking about them. In the championship, teams of 2 take turns on stage to represent the team's respective countries. Once on stage, the teams perform original choreographed routines in front of thousands of spectators. Here we go. Members of each pair must wear costumes from the same Japanese manga, anime, or video game series. Question 11. What does members of each pair in line 16, 17 refer to? This one's a little harder. Here's a clue. Start with each. Okay. Start with each. Each. Yes, Mancy. Excellent. So members of each pair. Pair means two. Okay, let's do that first. Pair equals two. Like a pair of shoes. Two shoes. Hold on a sec. See if you can see this. A pair of slippers, which is two slippers. A pair of slippers. So members of each pair equals each team of two. Okay. So in the previous paragraph, we were talking about all the teams of two. Now in paragraph 4, we talk about each team of two. Next. Okay. Ready? What does they refer to in line 19? What does they refer to in line 19? And then we'll go up to 15 questions, and then we'll stop. They. Members of each pair, Carmen. Perfect. Excellent. Good. They, more than one. Members, more than one. So members of each pair must also make sure that the characters they, the members of each pair, choose to mimic are truly Japanese and not from another part of the world. Excellent job. Okay. 3 more questions, then we'll stop. Moreover, all costumes and primary accessories must be completely handmade, while participants can enlist the help of friends and family. They must be actively involved in the making of their own costume. Question 13. Participants. Participants are people who participate. What are these participants of? Question 13. Hello. 13. Participants of what? What are they participating in? You're close, Benson. Remember where we are. We're in paragraph 5. And in paragraphs 1, 2, 3, and 4, we've talked a lot about specific aspects or fengmin of cosplay. So be more specific, Benson. We're talking about more than cosplay now. And I'll give you a second follow-up question. This is a bonus question. What is another word? What other word is found in paragraph 3? Found in paragraph 3. Can we use for participants? Now, Carmen, you can use the word performer, that's fine, but where or in what are they performing? Where are we in this article? What is the setting now for the article? What are they participating in? The Hong Kong Speech Festival? Are they performing or participants in the HKDSE exam? What are they participants of? Yes, Kathy. Okay, good. So, where are we in this article? Let's take a step back. We introduced the World Championship of Cosplay. We introduced the championship. We're still talking about it here. So paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and paragraph 5 all concern the World Championship of Cosplay. So paragraphs 3, 4, and 5 are all about the World Championship of Cosplay. We haven't switched topics. We're just talking about the World Championship of Cosplay. Okay. Now let's go to 13A. Given that paragraphs 3, 4, and 5 are all about the World Championship of Cosplay, what's another word in paragraph 3 that we can use for participants? Equals, oh no, people wear costumes, but costumes are not people. Participants are people. Which word in paragraph 3? Here's a clue. Both end in S. Find another word that means people. Yes, Kathy. Excellent. Perfect, Kathy. So participants is the word in paragraph 5 But you can use the same thing here. Do you see that? Teams. That refers to people. People in the championship. So people in the championship are also participants. So teams and participants, you can switch them in these paragraphs. Okay, let's finish up. 2 more questions. Move it over here. Okay. Ready? Question 14. What does there refer to in line 26? Another there question. What does there refer to in line 26? That's question 14. Carmen, you're close. Again, it's the same problem we've seen in other there questions. If you're missing something, yes, Kathy. Excellent. Remember, participants is not participants, is not participants. They're all different. That apostrophe has important meaning. Okay. So in this case, there equals participants. Last question. This might be the hardest one. 15. What does these instructions in line 27 refer to? These instructions. This is probably the hardest question. Remember, here's a clue. These is plural, more than one. Instructions, more than one. Work backwards. There's actually a lot to write down. I'll help you out. These refers to number 1. Participants must, right? Here's the keyword must. Must. Yatte. You have to do it. These are instructions. Participants must be actively involved in the making of their own costume. That's 1. 2. All costumes and accessories must be completely handmade. Yes, Benson. Good. That's all right. That's good, Benson. So here we go. Must. All costumes and primary accessories must be completely handmade. That's number 2. Number 3. Members of each pair must wear costumes from the same Japanese manga, anime, or video game series. 4. They must make sure that the characters they choose to mimic are truly Japanese and not from another part of the world. So I would argue there are 4 instructions. You must do these things. Okay. If you don't do these things, you may be disqualified, or actually are automatically disqualified. So Benson, your answer is a description. It isn't the instructions. What you wrote down is the description of the championship, not the instructions to participants. Description of a championship is not the instructions to the championship participants. They're not the same. And the key is must. Must equals instructions. Any questions? Okay. Now this is what we're going to do. I think tomorrow I'm going to design a quiz on text 3. And it's going to be the exact same thing that we did today. Okay, thanks, Nancy. And we'll take the quiz during our lesson and then we'll review it. It's going to be the exact same thing. I'm just going to ask you questions about what everything refers to. And you should check within the sentence, then check the previous sentence, then check the previous sentences. That's your strategy, okay? And we'll try it with text 3 tomorrow. And then on Friday, we'll have a dictation on our mock test 4 vocabulary. And that's it for us. Stop this. Done a nice